You are listening to Vamo Radio.
Hey, you guys, this is your girl Vanessa Morgan right here on another episode of Vamo Radio. And I have the amazing Alexandria Perryman. She's an amazing Emmy Award winning audio engineer for NASA. Hey, Andrea, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. So, honey, I know that you've actually got a lot to tell us. A lot of people don't exactly know what audio engineering is. So, you tell everyone a little bit about exactly what you do for your job for NASA?
Yeah, sure. So audio engineering is really broad. It You can do live TV, which is pretty much what I do. You can do for movies, for music, in the studio, and going on touring. So it audio engineering is the name of what we call it, all of us together. But then when you get into it, you have your live TV, you have your mixing, your mastering engineer, and those things like that. But what I do for NASA is that I am the lead audio engineer for live TV broadcasting for the International Space Station in
Wow.
Houston, Texas. Yes. And then I also am the chief engineer of NASA's podcast. Houston, we have a podcast.
Hmm.
And I do some other audio work for them for their YouTube videos, Facebook Lives, things like that. So I'm pretty much all over NASA dealing with different types of audio.
Man, that's awesome. So tell me, how did you actually land a career like that? Like for someone that, if you don't mind sharing your age, how old are you?
So I'm 25.
Wow, you're still very young and you look beautiful. So
Thank
how did
you.
you actually land something so young and actually see you do something that you like to do?
It's actually interesting. So I graduated from college in 2015,
Mm,
and I had this part-time job doing corporate AV work. So
mm,
basically, setting up projectors for like they have holding a meeting or some type of award ceremony. I would set up all that stuff, and I
wow.
wanted to do more stuff with audio, and so I started going on places like LinkedIn and Indeed.com and MonsterJobs.com and started looking up different job opportunities. And I came
Mhm.
across this one job that it didn't say NASA. It said I'm a federal contractor, so I'm not a civil servant. I'm a federal contractor,
uh,
and it had the contractor's name on it. And I
mm,
had no idea who these people were, but the description of a job matched exactly what I wanted to do. So I filled out
mm.
application. I didn't find out that it was about NASA until I got to the interview, which was really interesting. I
Wow.
just thought it was a normal audio job. I didn't know it was going to be for NASA, but you'll be
Yeah.
surprised what those companies like Indeed have on their website that's hidden in there.
Wow, that is awesome. And for you to actually have gotten picked up for such amazing work that you do, that shows a lot about you on your part on everything that you do. So that's amazing. I think that's really cool. And you also went as far as working for like people for the vice president and the Pope and
Yeah,
celebrities like Katy Perry, one of my favorites, and the
yeah.
Sticks and everything like that. So how did that come about? Like, being able to pick up, work for actual celebrities and people who are higher name
Well,
nowadays.
you know what? It's nice working at a company like NASA.
Mhm.
Pretty much everybody loves NASA.
Yeah.
They at least know what NASA is. And so
Yeah.
you'd be surprised how many celebrities turn into a 5-year-old whenever they're getting a tour of NASA. And my job is whenever we have those people, those folks come on site, is to
Mm.
basically follow them around for the day, capturing audio with them. And you hang
Wow.
out with these celebrities, people that you look up to all day. And I even
Yeah.
was lucky enough to have Sticks on my podcast, so I actually got to interview them on my podcast, and it was great.
Wow. Wow. That is so awesome. And you also I wanted to talk about you winning your Emmy. So that's
Yeah.
a huge honor. I mean, most people only make that in a lifetime. So you
Yeah.
have won an Emmy. How was that like, actually being receiving it? Did you actually go on stage and receive it or how
So
was it
this
presented?
was a team Emmy.
Nice.
So basically, and it was done by the multimedia team. That's video, audio, graphics.
Mm.
From Johnson Space Center, and it was shared with Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and also with SpaceX in California. So all three of us won this collective award because of the show that we all worked on together. It was SpaceX's Demo One launch show, and just that entire thing of Demo One, where we combined three different types of broadcast in one. We engaged with social media. Um,
Mm.
we made it a really big deal because that's exactly what it is, and it
Mhm.
turned out fantastic. And so like winning that Emmy, at first it didn't feel real because with such a big team, they
Mhm.
only had like a couple representatives go to the award ceremony.
Wow.
And when we found out that we won, I was excited, but it didn't feel real. It didn't actually feel like I won an Emmy until the statue came in here recently, and I was
Wow.
like, my name is written on an Emmy that I see people like Ellen and Oprah holding. I have one of those now,
Yeah.
so yeah.
That is so cool. And I know also, I seen a picture, I think it was on either Facebook or Twitter or something of you holding the Emmy. Was at your high school? I think it was.
Yeah, so that
Cool.
was really cool. The day that my statue came in, I was talking to my high school band director, and he's like, I want to come see that. I want to see it. And I was like, what are you doing right now? I'll come up there right now. And he's like,
Wow.
okay, come on up. And so it was a great feeling to go back to my high school, be in the band hall that I was in when I first fell in love with music and audio, and
Wow.
stand on that platform and hold the Emmy. And because that's where it started. That's where my love for audio started, was in band. And so to hold an award, I haven't even graduated 10 years ago. So it
Right.
was nice.
Man, that's awesome. And also, for young women such as yourself, or actually women in general, who are actually able to make these landmarks like you have now.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you may not even see it because you're so young and everything, but you make this landmark and making this for women to be able to move forward in your footsteps. So, what kind of advice could you give to someone who's, looking to move forward in their career or any career that they're in, if there's actors or models or
Yeah.
singers or anyone? What can they do?
The best advice that I was given was to always be myself. And
Mm,
whatever I do, just be myself and do what I love to do. Not so much what's cool to do, and as crazy as it sounds, not what makes the most money, but what you love to do. And I feel as though if you're doing what you love to do and you're happy doing that, you're going to always be successful in whatever you pick because you're happy and you love it. I started out working in a music studio and I wasn't happy. So I had to make that hard decision to turn down that job and go find something that makes me happy. And it may not happen overnight. It may happen really quickly. It may not happen right when you think it's going to happen. Like the job
mhm.
at NASA, that came out of nowhere. I thought I was
Right.
applying for a different company in another state. So
Wow.
you'll be surprised when it happens, but
Mhm.
just know that it won't last and you won't even be presented those opportunities unless you're doing something that you're passionate about. And
That's
that's the main thing. Just be passionate about whatever you pick to do and you'll be successful.
nice. Definitely. You guys, you have just heard it from Alexandria Perryman. Again, you guys, congratulate her if you can. Go to her social media, follow her everywhere, and congratulate her on her Emmy Award winning. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's beautiful. You guys so shiny and pretty. But you guys, you gotta go see that. And again, you guys, you can check out this interview again on Vamo YouTube, and it'll also be on my website, vamo-radio.com. Thank you so much, Alexandra. I appreciate having you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.